how to sign your first client for your short form content or your SMA agency, or frankly for any other agency out there. I'm going to share with you the exact process and story behind how I signed my first client, and also how I would recommend you to get your first client within 1 week. So let's dive in. Where should I start is what everyone asks. But first, why are you starting? Write this down for later. Trust me, you'll thank me in the future. Write it down. Okay, now let's go get you your first client. I made a document to explain this process, but before I show you, I want to share how I got my first ever retainer client. This was my message. Hey name, would you be opposed to streamlining your entire content process and building an audience that you can monetize? 100% done for you. All you do is hit record. Would love to work for free and show you the value we can provide. And then I sent him a follow-up a day later saying, maybe I'll try sending you a message in a bottle and hope the C takes it the right way. My grammar wasn't even proper. He responded back with hello. And then in the voice memo I said, hey man, can I edit you a free video? No strings attached. I just want to make you a free video. He said, sure, let's do it. I'll give you some footage. Also, a little backstory. I had probably sent at least 300-400 DMs. I was switching my niche every single day. I was switching my script every single day. So I promise you, this wasn't the script. It wasn't because of what I had to offer. It wasn't the certain script or the certain follow-up. I'll show you what it was. No rapport, no trust, just a pitch to a guy who wanted what I offered. This is so important for getting your first client. He wanted what I offered. I didn't have to hard sell him or peer pressure him, especially without even having a case study yet into what I had to offer. He just was already in the market, and I just so happened to come to him at the right time, which he mentioned later. Now, despite me getting called into work and taking 2 days to get him the video, which is the worst thing you ever want to do, you want to deliver whatever you're doing, deliver it fast and good. You want to provide exceptional results, especially on a free trial basis, to give them a reason to work with you in the future. So he asked me, will it be done? The next day later, he said, yo man, never got a response nor a video. I'm looking for someone to help me with my video since it's time consuming. Let me know if you want my business. And I was like, oh shit, I got to get serious about this. And almost losing the best lead ever, I finally did it. Boom. Now, I want to share a quick story about this. I didn't have, or I think I mentioned it here. This is my reaction, by the way. I was beyond excited, as you can tell. I was fucking stoked. Now, let's go get you a client too. But before we do, I want to share one thing going back to this. Now, this might be a lot of money to some of you. This might be not a lot of money to some of you. Let me share a bit of insight on how I priced this, and also a little story behind this. I didn't jump on a sales call with this guy. I didn't have to pitch him. I didn't do anything. You know what happened? I edited him one free video. He liked it. He said, can you do it quicker? I said, yes, I can. That was a one-time thing. He sent me another video. I did it right then. Literally within the hour, I got it back. He said, okay, let's do it. He said, what's your number? I gave him my number. He called me. He said, yo, man, how you doing? We talked for a bit. He said, looking for a long-term relationship with someone who does what you do, yada, yada, yada. I love what you're doing, man. How much do you charge? And I sat there on the phone, shitting my pants, going, I have no fucking clue. And I just threw out $1,000 for 30 videos. He said, perfect. I went, what the fuck? $1,000 US. Bear in mind, I'm in Canada, so it was a lot, right? And I was like, oh, okay, when do we start? Right? And then, boom, I sent him the contract. I sent him the payment link. A couple days later, I got this back, and yeah, that was a great feeling. So, now, here's how I did it. So, I've got my handy dandy lucid chart, which you all know me for now at this point, to basically share, to bring you through the process of how to get your first client. And I promise you, if you actually watch this video all the way through, you will get your first client within a matter of days if you use this exact process. Okay, so without further ado, how to get your first client, in brackets, how I got mine. I want to give a little quick side note. As you saw, I show you how I got mine. I wouldn't recommend doing it that way. I'm going to recommend you the best way, the best possible way, if I had to restart my business right now, if I had to start a whole new agency, how I would get a client within only a matter of days, okay? So do it as you will. This is just my best recommendation if I were to restart. So what happened is I had a skill, and I realized that skill could help other people. And at this time, the skill was video editing, right? So step number one is get a skill. Oftentimes I see many people go into business without actually knowing what they're doing. They're like, oh, I'm going to run paid ads. I'm like, okay, cool. Do you know how? They go, no, I'm just going to hire someone. I'm like, dude, no, you got to figure it out first. How are you going to sell something that you don't even know how to do? So first is get a skill. If at least learn the bare bones basics of whatever you're going to sell, right? Get a skill. And I'll give you a couple options here. You could do paid ads. You could do video editing. You could do web design, SEO, logo animation. Essentially, you got to find something that will actually help people out, right? Video editing helps people out because it helps them put out more content with less time wasted. Paid ads helps people out because it helps them get more leads for their business without having to take the time to research all the different strategies, right? And then I can go on and on and on, but you get the point. So that's step number one, is you have to get a skill, right? If you don't have a skill, well, first look around and just look around. What am I good at? And then ask yourself, can this help other people? Maybe you're good at piano. Start doing piano lessons. I don't know. Anyways. Step number two is get yourself in front of everybody. Now, you can do this through DMs, ads, cold calling, or cold door knocking, or you can talk to your friends and family. The point is, you must make sure that everybody in the world knows who you are and what you do. So, if you're a video editor, go DM every single person. I'm going to give you even a script, right, at the end of this. But, for example, you could just say something like, hey, man, I'm just trying to get some experience in the paid ads. Could I run your ads completely for free, no risk on your end? Right? The point is, you want to provide value. Providing value, I'll say that till the day I die, is by far one of the most important things. So, I would not recommend ads. Could not possibly be my best recommendation. Cold calling, cold DMs are fine as well. However, I think DMs and family and friends are the best way to go. And the reason I say family and friends is because if you can get a case study to show that what you do works, it's a lot easier to get a second or third or fourth client. So the point of this, why are we even doing this in the first place, is to get a free trial client. Now, before I get to the script, let's talk about why. People are saying, oh, why am I getting a free trial client? Well, why is because you want to build a case study. You actually want to build a case study that represents, that shows proof of concept that you know what you're doing, right? And then the whole point of the case study is you're going to present the case study to everybody else and use this as leverage to get more free trial clients. You're going to say, hey, look, I did so-and-so, I did X for Z, and we got Y result. Would you want to do it as well for free? Right? It's leverage, because you can now say, hey, look, I got this company 10 leads in 7 days. Would you want to try this out completely for free and see if I can get you some leads as well? That's leverage, because now you're showing that you actually know what you're doing. Now, let's give you the script, because I know you all want a script, right? Now, bear in mind, just before I show you this, I do not think script is important at all. I mean, my first client is a testimonial to that. And I live and die by the fact that a script does not matter. Things that matter are authenticity. However, I still will give you a script because people struggle to come up with a good one. I cannot stress this enough. If you send 10 DMs with a perfect script, will be worse than sending 100 DMs with a bad script. So when in doubt, just stick to one message and do a bunch more DMs. Now, let's give you the script. Hey name, I am your name, 20-year-old, okay, entrepreneur. I do skill that you do, and was wondering if I could do it for you for free. No strings attached, just to help me get some experience. Okay, so let's say if it were my scenario, this is what I would say. Let's say we're talking to John. Hey John, I'm Stefan, a 20-year-old entrepreneur. I do video editing and was wondering if I could help it, if I could do it for you. For free, no strings attached, just to help me get some experience. What do you say? Or would you be opposed? Or let me know your thoughts, right? You want to have some sort of call to action at the end. And boom, there's a script to get your first free trial client in days, okay? And the reasoning behind this, I want to touch a little bit onto why this message, why not what I sent or what other things sent. When you're getting your first client, be honest, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. I don't care if you do know. Like, if you do not have, multitude of clients to back up what you say you do not come out of the gate saying, oh, we'll get you 20 leads in 10 days guaranteed. Like, shut up. Like I'm being totally honest with you guys. No one wants to hear some little kid that doesn't have any clients telling them what to do. If you're so good at what you do, why don't you do it for yourself, right? That's a question people always ask. So, be authentic. Authenticity is the biggest thing in this game, especially when you're starting out. I could be totally wrong, but I think, from 0 to 10K, authenticity is like the biggest player, and then from 10 to 20K, it's more about volume. Obviously, you want to do more volume in the beginning, but if you're more authentic than the amount of volume you do in the beginning, I think you'll have a higher chance of getting clients. Once you're going from 10 to 20K, you know what you do works, you have a lot of case studies, then you don't have to be as authentic because the results speak for themselves, and you can simply just, send out mass DMs explaining what you do and your case studies behind it, and you actually have proof of concept to show that what you do works. So 0 to 10K authenticity, 10 to 20, 10 to 30, 40 is just results based. So with that being said, the whole point of this message is we're being authentic. We're coming out of the gate saying, hey, listen, we don't actually fully know what we're doing, but we are admitting that to you, and we want to get some experience and work for free. No risk to you. How does that sound? Right? If the person has any genuineness inside of them, they'll probably say yes. So let's let's move on here. I want to talk about a couple of other things, but first let's go over here about fulfillment. Right? What do you do if you actually do get a client? Well, when you get a client, put your heart and soul into them. And it's funny I say this because I'm the one who took 2 days to get this guy one video. After that, I was really good. But the reason for this is you want to get a banger case study. You want to show to them that, hey, I truly care about you. I truly care about what I do, and I'm here to help you out. That'll do one of two things. One, it'll get them to trust and like you more, and two, you're going to get a good case study from that. So, when the trial is over, you can do anywhere from 7 to 28 days. It depends on what you offer and how long it's going to take to get the results, right? Don't work for free forever. You don't want to get ripped off. But don't work for free for one day and be like, that's it. Do you like it or not? You know what I mean? So, for fulfillment, do it yourself. I can't stress this enough. Some of you people will get freelancers on Fiverr. By all means, be my guest. However, I could not possibly recommend to do that. So I would highly suggest that you do the fulfillment yourself. So that one, you can take accountability for any mistakes. Two, if any changes need to happen, you can do that right away. And three, you get an understanding of how things work. Like what you actually need to do to get better, right? How are you going to get your clients better results if you are using someone else and you don't even know how it works? Like how are you going to tell them to switch something up or tell them to get better results? Or how are you going to get better? How are you going to get your clients better results if you are doing something that you can't even explain and you don't even understand yourself? So that's why I recommended learn the skill first, do it yourself. Once you've figured it out and you have a ton of clients, automate that. Get people to do it because then at least you know what you're looking for. You can say, hey, look, if you don't hit these key metrics, which I did, you're gone. Okay? Now, free trial, 7 to 28 days, be my guest, whatever you need to do to get results for the person. Now, this is where people say, well, how do I convert the free trial client into the paying client? I'm going to tell you that too. If you did a good job, they will want you to pay. Trust me, right? If, let's say you did lead gen, okay? You did lead gen for a business, and you got $3,000 in new leads, okay? And closed clients, whatever the case is. And your services cost $1,000. Think about that. You just came in there and got them $3,000 of new leads. Do you think they're going to say, oh, thanks for the $3,000. No, we don't want you to do that again for us. We don't want $3,000 more next month. We don't like money. So, yeah, we don't like money, so we don't want more clients. Like, no one is going to say that. So if you deliver, if you do a good job, if you get them results, they'll want you to stay. No one's going to be like, oh, you got me leads, you made me money. No. You got to leave. Like, no one is going to say that. So if you get them results, you're going to get paid. It's actually that simple. People overcomplicate this. It's really not. If you do a good enough job, transitioning from free to paid is super easy. Hey, look, I did X, Y, and Z for you. How much would you want to pay me to keep me to stay? You could phrase it like that, or you could say, hey, look, I did X for you. X is result. I got you this. If you want me to keep doing this for you, it's going to cost Y. Right? Phrase it however you want. But the thing is, at this point, you've built up trust. You've shown what you can do. It's pretty easy to convert them from here on out. And if you have a problem with any of this, feel free to reach out to me. Join my Discord, shoot me DM. I'll answer anybody, and I'll even hop on a call with you and just guide you through it for free to help you out. So I want to make sure that all of you can get your first client. Now, let's go through a couple of common misconceptions that I hear all the time, especially in my Discord. I'm here to help you all out. So, common misconceptions are needing the perfect script, okay? Or needing to book meetings to close clients, or needing help. Oh, I need help doing this. Or not knowing who to DM, or just waiting. Now, I am walking proof that you need none of these. Matter of fact, the client that I closed, I didn't even have a sales call with. I did not have a perfect script. I showed you my script. It wasn't perfect. I didn't even see his face. I didn't have a sales call with him. It was one phone call. He asked me how much I charged. I told him. He said yes. 2 days later, I sent him the contract and the payment link, and we started. That was it. Okay? So I didn't even know about booking meetings back then. All I knew about was I had a skill that could help people. Let me try and pitch it to people. And I didn't pitch it the right way, but the way I thought about it was correct, in the sense of I'm just trying to help people for free. So you don't need the perfect script. You don't need to book meetings. I didn't even, like that 2.5K payment, no meeting. Not a single sales call. Okay? You don't need sales calls, especially not for your first clients. Now, I'm not saying not for later, just saying for your first one. Okay? Needing help. You don't need people to help you. At the end of the day, you all know how to get a client. Like, if you sent 1 million DMs offering your services, do you think 1 million people are going to turn you down? Probably not. So at the end of the day, you know that all you have to do is just send more DMs, right? Not knowing who to DM, that's just, I don't know what it is. It's overthinking. DM everybody. Like seriously, if you can't think of one specific niche to DM every single person. Like, just look up Alex Hermosi, type in a keyword like car or sales or realtor, and just DM every single person on his follower list. Okay, there you go. And just waiting. If you're just waiting, it just sounds like, to me, you want to be broke for the rest of your life. And that's the honest truth, right? Like, some people are like, oh, I'll wait till Monday to get started on my DMs. I'm like, why are you waiting? They're like, oh, well, everything will be set up then. I go, so you're telling me you just want to wait longer to get a client? It does not make any sense. Do not wait, okay? Now, here's how I did it, okay? Like, to break it down, I worked for free. I provided value, I solved a problem, I did it good, and boom, got paid, right? To break this down a little further, I offered to work for free because I did not know what I was doing. Now, yes, I knew how to edit videos. I've been editing videos for 6+ years. I was good at what I did, but I had never done it for clients in this scenario before. Hence why I said I worked for free. Also, what I was pitching isn't even what I ended up doing for him. So imagine if I pitched something different, he's like, oh no, I don't want that. And then I lost out on my first ever client and the best lead ever, just because I thought that I knew what I was talking about. Work for free, okay? By providing value, I edited him free videos. I did that so he could see the quality of my work, and also so he could see how fast I would get the videos back. Now, bear in mind, obviously, I had a bit of a kerfuffle with the first video, but besides that, everything's being good. And I did all revisions. There's one video where I did over 6 revisions. Gotta keep the client happy, okay? I solved his problem. His problem just so happened to be that he's too busy to sit there and edit videos every single day. His problem wasn't monetizing his audience. His problem wasn't other things. It was just the fact that video editing took too long and he didn't like it, okay? I did a good job. The videos look good, and boom, got paid. So, that is that. Now, let's go here. Let's recap. Let's recap this whole video, okay? How do you get your first client? You need a skill, okay? You need to have a skill. I cannot stress this enough. You need a skill, okay? Go learn a skill. I don't care if you take a Google Ads certificate or you look something up on YouTube. You're like, oh, how do I practice? Do it on yourself. Like, if you're a video editor, record yourself and edit your own videos. Boom. Okay? There you go. Now, the second part is get known. Make sure every single person in the world knows who you are, what you do. Okay? If your name is Mackenzie and you do video editing, make sure that when people hear the name Mackenzie, they instantly think of video editor. Okay? Make sure that people know who you are and what you do. Okay? Then, work for free, get a case study. You're working for free. You're working for free to get a case study. Okay? Remember that. Obviously, we're working for free to try and close them after, but realistically, we're working for free to get them as a case study. Okay? So let's say if you do lead gen and you work for free for 14 days and you got the guy an extra $25K in revenue, what you could say is, hey, I'm Stefan. I just helped so-and-so company get $25,000 in new revenue with whatever you do, your services, with lead generation. Could I try this for your business for free? Now that sounds pretty damn good. If someone pitched that to me, I would be like, for free and you just got $25K for them? I would be interested. And guess what? The likelihood of me signing you on after is so much higher than if you came out of the gate saying, hey, we just did $25K for them. Do you want to do it too? $2,000 a month. I would say no. Despite that being a really good return, I just, like, the value isn't there. Okay? So work for free. And obviously once you have the case study, use this as leverage. Like I just said, once you get the case study, you can literally say, hey, look, we did X for Y and got them Z. Do you want to try this in your business for free and see if it works for you? Like, how could they possibly turn that down? Imagine if you got results for somebody else, say, hey, look at these good results we got. Do you want to see if this works for your business? I'll do it for free. I would say yes, personally. Okay? Now, one big thing, do not pretend that you know it all, because you don't. You don't know everything. I don't care how good you are at video editing or running Facebook ads or web design or SEO. Pretend like you know nothing, because people, regardless of how much you know, if you're like under the age of like 30, they're automatically going to look down upon you because you're younger and they don't want to take advice from a little kid, especially when they haven't seen what you've done. Okay? Like, let's say, for example, who's someone that's young that's done something, like Luke Belmar. If he came up to you, you would listen, right? If he came up to like some adult, they would listen if they knew who he was because of his background, because he knows what he's talking about, right? So, because he's made millions. We have not. So don't pretend like you have, okay? You want to be authentic and honest, right? You, like, people buy from people, not, like, people buy into people. When you do business with someone, think about this. If you were to sell your services to your family, like, or even a free trial to your family, do you think they'd say yes? Probably, right? Like, I'm sure one of your family members would say yes. And if you actually, like, broke it down, why are they saying yes? And it's because they know your story, they trust you, and you're super authentic and transparent with them. They know everything about you, they know your whole story, and so they want to, invest in you and help you on your journey. So imagine if everybody else in the world knew about your story, what you're trying to do, what it means to you, right? Like, oh, I'm a 6-year entrepreneur and I'm trying to make enough money so that I don't have to go to university and I can provide for my mom, my single mom. Obviously, it's a bit extreme, right? But you get the point. Like, you wanna sell yourself more than anything. That's why the pitch has your age and your story a little bit, right? Obviously, we can't just say some sad sob story and expect people to pay us money. We still gonna deliver, but it's a lot easier to do business when you sell your story, you sell yourself, rather than what you have to offer. Because, to be honest with you, there's millions of video editors, there's millions of SMMA agencies, there's millions of SEO places and web design and logo animation. There's millions of all those things, okay? Millions of lead gen agencies. So why would one do business with the other? Well, you could argue that one does a better job, but then how come that one agency that does the best job doesn't have every single client in the world? And it's simply because people buy into people, right? They buy into your story and they like you for who you are. So they do business with you, not what your service is or what you have to offer. They do business with you. So do not come out of the gate saying, oh, we generate leads. No. Be authentic. Be honest. Hey, man, to be totally honest with you, I'm a young entrepreneur. I'm still in school and I'm trying to get some experience in running leads and getting leads for companies online. I've done a lot of research. Could I work for you for free to help you get some leads? Right? Be authentic. Just please be authentic. You build up a lot more trust. You build up a lot more honesty, and people are way more likely to say yes to you. Okay? So, With that being said, the last thing that I will leave you with: do not overthink, instead overdo. And what I mean by this, if you don't get it, don't sit here overthinking your script or your niche or your service or your fulfillment or anything. Just do. And by that I mean put yourself on autopilot and just go. Send DMs, cold call, run ads. I don't care what you do. Get your face in front of people, get a free trial client. Okay? With all that being said, I just want to say, last thing, to anybody out there who is struggling to get their clients, or you do this for a week and you still are struggling to get your first client, join my free Discord for young entrepreneurs. DM me and I will personally one-on-one help you for free to help you get your client, because I think that if you are putting in the work, you deserve to have a client, and I will do whatever I can to help you out. I already share everything I know for free on this channel, so make sure you subscribe to never miss an upload, because I promise you I wouldn't share something if it wouldn't be valuable to you. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and good luck getting your first client. I'll see you in the next one.